I remember sitting in my car in the parking lot, and I called my husband, and I said, I have this disease, lupus, and the doctor told me that there's no cure. I'm going to be living with this disease the rest of my life. This is now who I am. But I embraced it. You know, I just kind of realized, okay, this is who I am now. And I come from a family of doctors and nurses. And, you know, I just grew up with, you know, it's like almost like it's normal to have a disease. It's normal to have an illness. And so I just accepted it, that was going to be my life now. So I got involved with the Pacific Northwest Lupus chapter. I became spokesperson for them. I got on the board of directors, and I was flying and speaking at conferences, and yeah, so it kind of really became my identity. I also got a diagnosis of Sjogren's, which is another autoimmune disease, and then another autoimmune disease, which is Hashimoto's, which is the thyroid. And that's what led to having to get my nodules tested on my thyroid. And that's when I went on my mission trip to Belize, and when I got the email stating that I needed to have surgery and have my thyroid removed. When I woke up from surgery, you can't talk. But a couple days later had gone by, and I still couldn't talk. And now we're into 4 to 5 days, and I'm starting to get concerned because there was no sound. And that's when I went forward and had testing and found out that they had paralyzed my right vocal cord. And I had lost my voice. I just remember thinking, okay, God, why, you know, like the lupus wasn't enough. And now the one thing that I felt like was who I am was taken away. And probably the worst part was now I couldn't, at least I thought I couldn't worship. It hurt to even try and sing or anything. And it got so bad to where I would arrive after worship. I couldn't hardly even hear my own voice. It was like a whisper, and it hurt. You know, the frustration of getting a phone call and just this little whisper and people going, hello, hello, who's there? Like no one could even hear me. And I just suddenly felt like everything that was who I am, I kind of felt like a shadow. I felt like I was just, like I didn't matter anymore. The opportunity opened up for my husband and I to go to Thailand, and it was there that we were given the opportunity to be baptized in the Holy Spirit. I remember as I started speaking in tongues and going back to my room and just continuing like this bubbling up of this renewing. Like I knew at that time that my life had changed and was going to continue to change. Coming back from Thailand, my husband and I just knew we had to find a new church. And so we started looking and had decided we were going to come to Life Church. And we went to a Wednesday night, and I saw people falling out in the Spirit. That was kind of new to me. So I had talked with Pastor Bill and Miss Jen, and I kept talking about my lupus, and he looked right at me and said, stop saying my lupus, stop claiming your disease. And it's the first time I'd ever had that reality, you know, placed in front of me. And I thought, that's exactly what I've been doing. I like wrapped myself in my diagnosis and my disease. That had been my identity. And so it took a lot of renewing of my mind and a conscious effort to stop saying my lupus, my paralyzed vocal cord. And that's when I started referring to the diagnosis, what the doctors say, and I stopped claiming it. I went to a conference in Cascade, and I was prayed over, and I had gone up for prayer for the lupus and Sjogren's. I didn't, even think about my voice. I kind of had compartmentalized, like, okay, I'm going for this healing. And I went down. I don't even know how long I just laid there, but just feeling this peace, this happiness, this restoration. And the next morning at church, here at Life Church, I was kind of whispering, singing, and all of a sudden I could hear my voice, like really hear my voice. And I just kept singing, and it kept coming out louder and stronger. And pretty soon I was literally singing worship. And the tears just came. The tears just kept coming down because I was healed. And I didn't know that was even possible. I knew at that moment how much my Father loved me and how much He wanted to hear my voice. He gave me my voice, and He restored my voice.